Hello everyone, welcome to today's cracking coding interview. I'm Coding Bro. So we're gonna talk about a very beginning question today, which is Tucson. The reason I picked this question is because just 2 days ago I encountered news saying that Amazon is gonna set its second office headquarters, in New York City. So this is a very frequently asked question by Amazon. Tucson. I think for anybody who used to play around with LeetCode, you have been working on this question before. But I'd like to provide you with two solutions here. Let's look at the question. So, given an array of integers, this problem wants you to return the indices of the two numbers so that these two numbers sum up to be a specific target. Given an example like 2, 7, 11, 15, target number 9. So manually, by using your eyes, you can see, okay, index 0 and index 1, which has number 2 and 7, they sum up to be 9. But I'd like to provide you with a not ordered input. This is too organized, right? 2, 7, 11, 15, they are naturally ordered. But actually, when you encounter this question, I think you should definitely provide a input yourself. And if you ask the interviewer whether the input can be ordered or not ordered, I would say for this problem, the interviewer will tell you the input is randomized, which means they are not ordered. So let me just say, okay, the input could be like 2, 11, 7, 15, all right? So the two indices you want to return would be 0 and 2. Definitely, the first solution you can provide for such a problem is that you can always use a brute force solution to enumerate all the possible solutions, which means for each number you have, okay, starting from the first number 2, I can scan all the way to the end and find if there is one matches and sum up to be the target number 9. So from this target one. Okay. So by doing this brute force way, you are gonna scan from the first number all the way to the end, and then the second number all the way to the end. So definitely you can use nested for loop to achieve your goal. But the problem is the time complexity for this solution will be really high, which is n squared. So definitely the interviewer would ask you, is there any possibility you can reduce the time complexity to solve this problem? Let's say, is it possible for you to solve that in O (n) instead of O (n squared? If the interviewer asks you this way, you need to think about, okay, a typical skill I think you guys should master is that how to make a trade-off to improve the time complexity by using, increasing the space complexity. So in order to achieve time complexity of O (n), maybe I need to utilize extra space. And for this problem, because you need to return two indices from the array, that said you need some data structure to store the given element from the array and its corresponding indices. Like element 2, I want to store its index, which is 0. Element number 11, I want to store the index of 1. So naturally, based on these key value pairs, you will think about, okay, the data structure I want to use would be HashMap. Then it comes out the second solution, which is not brute force solution. So utilizing a HashMap, you start again from the first element of this array, saying, okay, if I don't have the difference between the target number and the element in the HashMap. I just push the element with its index into the HashMap. If I have the difference between the target number and the element in the HashMap, that means I found a solution. I can return the indices I want. So let's do it in coding. For this problem, let me see. So you want to use a HashMap to help you, right? So definitely you need to create a HashMap. And then start traverse the given nums array. So we can check if the map contains the difference between target number and the current element. That means we found the solution. So we can return the indices, and the order matters. So if the starting from 2, 11, okay, if I reach 7, which means target number is 9. So 9 minus 7 is 2. That means I found the solution. Then I want to return the indices of 2 first, and then the index of 7, which means I want to return map.get target minus nums I, right? And then current index I. Otherwise, that means the scenario from the very beginning, or I don't find the solution, I just put the current number and its index into the map. Okay. Then if I don't find any solution, I just return -1, according to the problem. Okay, so let's run a test case and see if that works. So let me see. I change that, saying okay, the input will be 2, 11, 7, 15. Then I want to get 0, 2. Okay, 0, 2, 0, 2. That's expected. And then let me submit the solution and give a try. Alright, that's correct. So by using HashMap, I increase the space complexity to be ON, but I can reduce the time complexity from ON square to ON. That's it.
以上就是本期讲题的内容，欢迎您订阅我的公众号或是订阅我的视频，谢谢。